Hi everyone, today on Grassy Paradise we have a special feature, and that feature is Chesnaught. He's a very powerful Pokemon, and I thought I always wanted to add him to my team, and I finally got a good one, and I've slowly been building it, and now that I have a good handle on what he does and how to use him, he's been doing excellent for me. Um, so the first thing we're going to take a look at is his stats. So he has solid health points, and his biggest stat is defense. So we're going to play to those two strengths. We're going to make him as bulky as possible. All EVs in defense, all EVs in HP. And this is going to allow us to take really strong hits from physical attackers. If we look at his typing, he has a lot of weaknesses, right? But that's okay, because you can work around that by building around him. And the way I did that was by adding a Ferrothorn, because that flying is just neutral damage against a Ferrothorn. Same thing goes for the Psychic. I think it actually resists, and the Fairy, Ferrothorn resists. So they kind of feel like a good match together. They work really well. And so with the resistances, you get the typical grass resistances. You're going to resist other grass, dark, electric, rock, ground, water, which is important. But yeah, you're working with 6 resistances, but those 6 weaknesses you really got to be careful and build around. And you have to be aware of special attackers, right? Because he doesn't have great special bulk. And I think the biggest threat is probably psychic types. Specifically if you're also running, like in my case, I'm running Breloom. So I have 2 psychic weaknesses. I could add like a poison type, but then that's 3, right? So when you're building a team, you don't want to have a lot of one weakness. It starts getting sort of risky, because if you make the wrong prediction, or you mess up, or you misclick, anything like that, they have like a sweeper that can capitalize on that. The next thing is his ability. It's probably the coolest, or one of the coolest aspects of Chesnaught. So it's protecting him from moves. The crucial one being Sludge Bomb, because grass types have a lot of weakness to poison, and a Sludge Bomb from a Gengar is pretty much gonna one-hit KO everything in terms of grass types. I mean, unless you have like a light screen up, it's really, really hard to stop Gengar. And some run Focus Blast, so Ferrothorn may not be the best, might not be the best bet. So just by having this Chesnaught here, they keep working together. And I've blocked crazy things with that ability at this point. So main one being Searing Shot. Someone had a special Victini, boom, blocked. Gyro Balls from Pharaohs. If you sort of get into like a, let's say I have a fast Pokemon and I know he has a Ferrothorn, he's gonna use Gyro Ball and kill it. I can just switch in my Chesnaught and boom, nothing happens. So yeah, it's a great ability. And as far as moves go, his moves also really bolster his role. Like, it makes his role so solid. And the best example of that is his signature move, Spiky Shield. So if someone's gonna hit you, you do Spiky Shield, you're protected for that turn. So you either get a little bit of chip and a little bit of recovery if you have lefties. And if you set up a leech seed before that, you get that double recovery and that chip. So it really starts making him a really hard Pokemon to kill. The other moves, obviously Leech Seed for that nice passive recovery. Spikes, so if they have a physical attack and they realize they're not going to do much with it, and you can predict the switch, you can throw out the spikes and you start just piling on the spikes. And it builds up the chip. The more they switch, the more Chesnaught's role becomes greater. And lastly, Drain Punch, because you want that stab, right? And you also want chip, and you also want recovery. So even though there's some things that resist fighting types, it's fine, because you could always just switch out. That's why you build a team around them. And even if you do, you could still stall them out. Like for Dragonite, for example, I've stalled out plenty of Dragonites with this Chesnaught now, and he does great, even when with multiple Dragon Dances set up. Alright, so enough talking about Chesnaught, let's see what you can do. So in this matchup, we got the Brellum lead, and he has Hydreigon lead. So here, I want to Mach Punch because I want to kill this Hydreigon as soon as possible. It's not going to one-hit KO, but it's going to do a significant amount of damage. He's probably going to U-turn into the Chandelure, which he does. And here, I wanted to see if he was Scarfed or not. So here I'm thinking he's Scarfed, but really later you'll just see that he had just a faster Chandelure. He's probably like timid with really good IVs. And the safe choice here was my Rotom because it has Scarf and it's faster. So I know that if I discharge or I Volt Switch, you know, I can get some good damage on him. And he wants to keep that thing alive because it's kind of crucial for beating my team to keep that Chandelure alive. So that was a solid switch on his part. But I got things for Ferrothorn, man. I've been in this game a while now, so you know, Celebi, boom, easy setup of the light screen. Now Chandelure is neutralized to a certain extent, and now I can just cook the Ferrothorn. I can just roast them now. Yep. And here I could either go for an Earth Power and hard predict, or Hidden Power. But I went for Hidden Power. He switches in, but it's fine because now I could withstand that hit, and I could hit him with Earth Power anyways. And even though he survived, I'm still in good shape. I'm still in good shape here. I'm just going to lose the Celebi though. I'm not going to try to keep it alive. I don't need it. He sort of set up that light screen already, so I should be fine. Here I go with Sceptile because he's going to outspeed. And yeah, he's going to get that nice KO. So this was a good switch on his part. He didn't really need the Hydreigon anymore, and it was probably going to get killed anyway, so really smart switch. Yeah. Now he's got a Tentacruel. It's a good switch because it has a lot of special defense. And yeah, he activates my weakness policy. So here I'm thinking it's going to be a Sceptile video, Sceptile sweep. But no, it's not the case. You'll see why. Because I got poisoned, which isn't a problem. The main thing is that I damaged that Tentacruel a lot. That was really important. Tentacruels are a lot of trouble for grass types, generally speaking. So here again I go for my Rotom because I know I'm going to outspeed. I don't have to worry about that. I can just Volt Switch out. I can start making predictions. Sort of gives me a nice little pivot to use. So he goes back into Ferrothorn. And I just Volt Switch out. I'm thinking now's the time to use Chesnaught. Because if I could start setting up spikes, I can take out his Tentacruel and his Chandelure. But here I do a big brain play, and I use Leech Seed because I sort of predict he's going to send something else out because he wants to keep that Ferrothorn alive. And I was right. So I just, boom, I Leech Seed, Hippowdon. And this is going to put pressure on him not to stick in there with this Hippowdon. Because I can outstall it. And now is my opportunity to use spikes. So now I'm setting up spikes. He sets up Stealth Rock, which is a smart idea. But let's see if it's enough. And now I can just keep laying on the spikes. I want as many spikes as possible because I want that Ferrothorn to get really badly chipped. But yeah, he roars out, smart. And now my Ferrothorn can also do some work. He's going to lay down some Stealth Rocks here. Right? So now his Ferrothorn's taking chip. Now I got the Stealth Rocks up, and it basically guarantees that that Tentacruel and Chandelure are dying, and I can just switch right back in to my Chesnaught because he can't Gyro Ball, he can't do anything like that. He can lay down more spikes, but I've kind of won the hazards battle at this point. And from here I can do Drain Punch. It's a safe move. If he switches, he dies. Yeah. And if he goes into the Tentacruel, he dies. And if he goes into anything else, he's going to be taking massive chip damage. So yeah, this Azu was a good switch. But he hard predicts to switch to Ferrothorn. So I set up Leech Seed. And even though I get really, really badly hurt here, his attack's lower, and I have Spiky Shield. So just to make sure he's not banded, I do Spiky Shield. Or rather, he's not banded, so he can use Play Rough. So Spiky Shield's a safe choice. Yeah, and he just dies. So like I lose nothing in that case. And I'm in really good shape now. You know, my Ferrothorn's still alive. My Rotom is still alive. You know, my Chesnaught's still alive. And he has physical attackers. So Chesnaught's just going to eat here. Now's his time to shine. I go for the Drain Punch because I know I get the outspeed. And if he switches, I get Chip. And he wouldn't switch out because he would get really badly hurt again from all my hazards. So yeah, this Azu's in rough shape. Here I just go for Spiky Shield. I lose nothing from that, you know. It's just playing to his strengths, knowing his role. Here I do Leech Seed because I want that last bit of recovery. I can take out his health, heal myself up a lot, and now Spiky Shield. And he can't switch out because if he does, it's like he loses Azu for nothing. So that was a good move on my part. And it's pretty much game over for this dude. I got too many Pokemon that can like outstall him in this Hibaudon. All he needed was like an Excadrill and his team would have been nice. Or his Sandvale Garchomp. His team would have been sick. But fortunately for me, he didn't have those things. So yeah, here I'm just going to play it safe. I'm going to do the Leaf Storm and get the W. Yeah, Chesnaught's a great Pokemon. I mean, it's just getting him is the hard part, right? Catching a Chespin is the hardest part. Because if you go hunt in Mossy Cave, there's like 5 ERs, I think, or 4. And chances are you're not going to get a Chespin. I mean, I got like 2 Scythers there, 3 Scythers already. And if you run the Impish or Adamant Sync for the Chespin, if you get like a Adamant, you know, Clef Key, you feel like, oh man. So it's hard to hunt him. But he's a great Pokemon. He has a nice sprite in game. And he works so well with Ferrothorn. Yeah, it's a really good, solid Pokemon. If you can catch one, or you caught one during the Easter event, definitely use it. It's amazing. And he's one of the best hazard setters. He's so viable. I made a tier list, and I think I made him A tier. But now that I'm using him correctly, I'm pretty sure he's S tier. So my verdict is, yeah, I think he's S tier now. Now that I've used him, he's definitely S tier. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.